700. It's not bad for a machine at all. Alright, so it should be lowered. Ooh, I have to go to hacks, disable, real. There we go. Hey guys, welcome to the GameCube game. Can you tell at all? Alright, so what you want to do is submit that run. I'll submit it when I'm done with the thing. So when you get up to the menu and it says autosave has been disabled, continue, this is where we want to start our run. You're spinning blues? We should let that space out, shouldn't we? Probably better that way. Anyway, when we have the continue on screen is when we're going to actually start the timer. And then you can actually start the run. But we're not going to be doing timer today. Really cheap case? Yay. Case is where it's going to get you. So we're going to skip through the cutscene. Both of them. And we're going to get into here. Spam pause again. And just hold to the right. What we want to do is go as straight as possible to hit the next boundary. Every single boundary in this game is usually just a really simple box. So as long as you go to the right, it's the fastest you can do. Jump around the barrier. Fun thing about the game is if you walk off, you get to keep both of your jumps. We're going to use this a lot. Right here, you just gotta go to the right, a little bit faster, just to jump off to the side. Like I said, try to keep as much horizontal speed, velocity, whatever word you want to use, whichever it's fastest. When you take damage, and if you're jumping, you can damage boost and cancel the damage animation, which doesn't come up often, but there's a reason why we keep just jumping most of the time. Because if we get hit, we can cancel out of it. We don't have to wait. So here you just want to go down. Yet again, try to hit the box as fast as possible. The coconut will drop. It's a bit random. It's going to be around the tree. It's not very... you don't lose much time. Grab it. You want to throw it around this rock. Because the auto-targeting in this game is insane. It's very easy to auto-target either enemies, walls, barriers, whatever they want you to hit. So later on, what we want to do... Well, firstly, instead of jumping up from that platform to the left and going all the way to the right, what we want to do is just jump up here. And then skip that. Later on, there's going to be situations where enemies will get in the way of our rock throws. So the best thing to do is just kind of put your body into whatever you want to smash. Me smash. Man, I cannot talk right now. There's not much else to say. Just keep moving to the right on this first level. It's not very fun or exciting. But like we said, you see how I'm just running to the right? I'm not actually going up there, but the game just teleports you there anyway, so you don't lose any time. I want to jump over these dodos. If you preemptively double jump over them, you usually don't have a problem. These sharks can hurt you, so don't get hit by them. And the moral of the story in the game is just to run past every single enemy. There's only like one or two sections of the game where we will actually have to fight them. And so coming up, what we want to do is there's going to be a briefcase that we run past, and once you run past it, we'll get a little dialogue. When you get that dialogue, nothing else matters. You can just die, whatever. When the black screen pops up, that's when you want to split. And now we have our good friend Patrick, who is broken to high hell. And I'll demonstrate that in a little bit, but what we got to do first is switch to Patrick and get up these nets as fast as possible. You can jump up every single climbable object, which is what you should be doing pretty much all the time. And another fast thing we can do, like moderately fast, not really the best, is instead of going the route up here, you want to come down here and just keep hopping. The reason we hop is because we get so many jumps, and our double jumps are kind of crazy. So we can fix ourselves if, in the case that, oh god, in the case that we slide off, we can still try to get back up. Usually with ground pound, just try to ground pound as fast as possible. So coming up here, what we want to do is we want to come around here. Instead of going all the way to the right and up, we just want to jump on this little railing right here, and then jump up and to the right. And try to get the... If you're going actually fast, you'll get the one cycle, and we'll jump onto the platform that's coming down from the left. And there we go. And then from here, what you want to do is you want to collect at least 4 orange, at best... Oh, we just lost both of those. Great. 5 orange. 5 orange is what you should be grabbing if you're new to the game. 4 is when you get a little bit better with your pat jumps coming up. Oh god, I just cannot grab any orange today. That's fine. There's plenty. So we're going to come down to the second platform. Instead of going all the way down and around, you just walk off, which is going to be a noticeable trend in this game. Oh my gosh, there's all the oranges just going right off the edge. Alright, let me just grab one more. So the orange is your special ability, and the blue is your health, and the health is dictated by the color in the top left, right behind our character. So usually we've been hitting all these bridges. Screw that, jump right past it. Time save, easy game. And you cannot make it across unless you're like, can you? Probably make sure you can't jump across. Hey, you can't. So you want to do is have the left platform come out just a little bit, and then you're fine. But you can miss a cycle barely. What we're going to do is come straight down, jump over any of the dodos that you left, and head to the right. So coming up will be the pad skip. I will be making a save state just to demonstrate it, in case I end up botching it. There are a few more coming up here. Hopefully I can grab one more orange just to demonstrate. So you see this red light, that's the first red light. The jump will be taking place at the second one. Perfect, okay. So when you're going fast, most likely this will be at the top, and what you can do is jump up here and fall down like a moron. Hey. But you can jump on it as it's coming down and then go a little bit faster and get to the top. If you miss it though, jump on this gear, it's a little higher, and make it to the top. So at this second light, what we want to do is come right here. I'm going to make a save state real fast. And when you jump off of something, like I said, you get your 2 jumps, and that's about it. Not much we can really do with that. But when we use our special, Patrick doesn't like that so much, and he just starts spinning out of control. But you can cancel it in the air, and then you get your other 2 jumps back. But what you can do is at the same time that you press your special button, you can press the jump button and cancel it as fast as possible. And that'll give us plenty of time to make it across the gap. And you can make it with 4 very easily, but the 5 is just in case you go a little bit too low. And then we'll hit our next little cutscene. Skip that, of course. This guy isn't great. If you let him hit you, he's going to put you in sand, and you can mash out of it, but usually just don't get hit. It's not hard. Coming up here is a weird boundary. Just jump across. Try to grab it as fast as possible. Hit the chandelier, and then immediately walk off and double jump. Because if you touch it when it's in the water, you'll die. And we don't want that. So now we have some more basic platforming. Not much you can really do except make it optimized. Coming up here, what I like to do is fall off, save my double jump, and hit the net. And then kind of spam my way up there. And like I said, run straight to the right, not up, not up and to the right. Run straight to the right to hit the loading zone as fast as possible. Now we're going to save Tucker, our good old friend. All the white birds in the game die in 1 hit. The dodo birds, though, take 2 hits. So what you want to do, though, is you want to grab some orange from these guys, at least 1. And when the dodo lands, we want to use our special and go through both of them. And as long as you have 1 in reserve, feel free to use your special. But you need to have 1 at least left for this section right here. There's no faster way than doing that. And there we go. Shipwreck Cove is now done. So what we're going to do right now is hold to the right immediately, and what it's going to do is when the black screen comes up, we can actually keep moving to the right and save some more time. Not much, but a second or two can make a breaker a situation. This is the old crab. You gotta talk to him to get into every single level. And now we're gonna be doing Calamity Cove, or rather, we're gonna be skipping Calamity Cove. There's two ways that we can skip through the level, and both are really fast, but one takes 15 seconds and one takes no time. So the fast way is to pat jump across by coming up here and collecting an orange from a dodo. There will always be at least one orange, either the guy in the bottom or the top. And then we come across here and we just jump across and pat jump and get across again. And right here we'll trigger the next zone, and that's the end of that level. So it's really fast, but there's another way that we can do this. What we want to do is grab Sam, which is introduced in this level. She has an ability to use the Ecto Peeler, I think it is? Ectoplasm Peeler? It's weird. I don't remember my Danny Phantom lore. Yeah, it's not the prettiest name. I'm going to kill this guy real fast just to demonstrate it. In a real run, you don't want to actually kill this guy, but I just want to have some time to talk about it. This guy takes forever to kill anyway. There we go. Hey! Alright. So you want to do is grab Sam, right? And this battery right here is how you activate her power-up. And what you're going to see is a bunch of particle effects around her, and how I count it is when the pink glow kind of shrinks in on her, I count that as 1. And we're going to count to 9, and on the 9th one, we're going to use 2 jumps, jump across the gap, and then when we turn back into normal Sam, we'll get our 2 jumps back, and we can clear the gap easily. Wow, I did not count properly at all. Yay. But it's fine if you miss it. What you can do in this situation is switch to Patrick and have 5 attempts to make it across the jump. You should always try Patrick first. Worst case scenario, you can grab it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. It's not too complicated. Like I said, it's just simply when the pink glow shrinks in on her. So do it one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there you go. I don't know what I was doing there. Got the right counting, but I just didn't do it. But pat jump, easy. That's the entire level. And we're gonna save Squidward, but he does absolutely nothing the entire game as usual. Should probably turn up the game audio actually if I'm not gonna have any sound. Did not think this through. So immediately run to your left. The first few times we land on Castaway Island, we're going to do a lot of running to the crab. But in the later games, he just kind of spawns next to you, and you no longer have to run around. I don't know why. Seems like a weird game design choice. So now we're going to go ahead and try to save Timmy this level. But this is going to be our first out of bounds, which I really recommend everyone try and learn. The first thing you're going to do is come up here, hit this tree, get a coconut. And like I said, the auto-targeting, weirdly, if you do it right here, there's an invisible barrier. So you want to wait until you take the corner. So right about here is where you want to throw it, and that'll be completely fine. Jump across. And what we need to do is grab 5 orange energy as soon as possible. So break this. The orange crystals either give 3 or 4. It is RNG, but as long as you have 2 crystals, you never run out of energy. So right here, we're going to grab some more. And there we go. We're pretty good now. Coming up ahead are going to be some turtles. Right now, getting a 1 cycle is possible, but it's extremely hard, and you have to get a pretty good jump on it. So usually it's going to take 2 cycles. I'll try the 1 cycle. It's just jumping late right here and try to grab that very corner edge. But sometimes it doesn't work, but that's fine. You don't waste too much time. And going for it, you lose no time at all. So what we're going to do now is, at this cutscene, switch to Patrick. Since we're all going to be... Every cutscene, all the characters get grouped back up together. Which is, if you ever want to switch characters for any reason, that's usually when you want to do it. So what we want to do is come up here, up to the 3rd platform up here. Ooh, damage boost. And I'm going to make another save state just so I can go ahead and explain this. Alright, so we're going to do 5 Patrick jumps straight to the camera. And then once we see light blue, we want to hold back the entire time. But once we see a bunch of light blue, you'll understand once it happens. We're going to hold up and to the right for as long as we can. And if you do miss this, if you miss any of your jumps, do not try to complete it. You will not make it. Go ahead and try to grab some more orange on your way. And then so we see some blue and then light blue. Hold straight up and to the right. And then when the camera changes again, we want to hold directly to the right, no other directions, and try to pull away a little bit. The thing about going out of bounds is if you get too close, you'll go back in bounds and rubber band all the way back to where you originally started. Which at that point, you lost all your orange, you're losing time. At that point, you should just reset. So once you see light blue again, following the trend, hold up and to the right. Hold to the side again. You see these yellow collectibles on the right there in the line? We want to line ourselves up with that. And with camera switches twice, hold up and to the right again. When we see light blue this time, though, we're going to hold straight up. And there, you can land slightly to the right over here, where I'm going to be landing, and not get into the cutscene. But it does lose a little bit of time. But if you land right in the cutscene, there you go. We load everything in and we're fine. But the problem with this level is we need to activate a voice trigger, or else we will soft lock ourselves in the next section. Next section we have to fight a bunch of crabs, but we'll be locked in a little zone and no crabs will spawn, which is very, very problematic, and it's a pure soft lock. There's no way out of that situation. Alright, so we want to be SpongeBob in this situation because the other 3 characters are much taller than SpongeBob, and you can do a thing called head jumping. Head jumping is very simple. You jump on the other character's head, it acts as a platform, you can get 2 more jumps out of it. The reason we use SpongeBob is because there's no reason to ever jump on SpongeBob's head, but if we have 3 tall characters next to him, it increases our chances of getting up there. And the thing about this is, your character companions, your NPCs, are completely stupid. And they just run around sometimes. What you want to do is jump up there, hit the corner, and you'll pretty much get up there really easy. You want to come from a straight-on angle. And at this point, you want to grab as many oranges as you can and switch to Patrick. Patrick can one-shot every single enemy in the game. But what you want to do is not get hit during them. Because if you get hit, it'll cancel your animation and you won't kill the crab. So what I like to do is take the damage first and then hit them. And the best case scenario is you get a bunch of orange energy on top of that, which lets you keep running through all the crabs as fast as possible. Sometimes they'll run away. You shouldn't chase them like this. I already started. At the very end, there will always be 1 crab left that you don't have to kill. Like so. I killed it. You don't have to actually kill it. So now we end up getting Timmy on our side, and Timmy will be coming up to the next level with the most broken movement tech we have. Well, not broken. He doesn't go out of bounds or anything like that. Just fun. I enjoy Timmy. It's my favorite. Alright, see you, Arlenia. I'm not going to do any more runs today besides this. After this, I'm going to get off. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is just run straight to the left and talk to our friendly little crab, who is much bigger than all of us. Make a new save state before I forget. Alright, so what you want to do is run straight to the right and jump up this bridge as fast as possible. Get to the net, get above the net, and then screw this bridge, who needs it. Hit the cutscene and you're fine. So the fast carapace, what we gotta do is we gotta knock back the boss one step, and then try to break his shell while continuously stun locking him. But you do not want to get him into the third position, because if you do, he'll walk forward and can potentially screw up the rest of the boss fight. I'll demonstrate in a little bit. So you knock him back 3 times, and you want to hit around right here, 3 shots, and then hit him in the face. I'm going to let him get close though, and show what happens if you let him do what he wants to do. So he's going to breathe sand everywhere, and there's nothing you can do about this, so we have to wait and watch this entire cutscene. And there's absolutely nothing you can do, and you lose one of your guns. So instead of doing that, let me just get my save state. What we can do is I'll demonstrate it. I'll let him get knocked back and then come forward again. So if we give him the time to recuperate and come forward again, it's not the end of the world. You can wait for him to get close to you and just hit him right in the head. Or you can mess it up. That's great. Come on, my dude. Damn. Unfortunate. But sometimes you can spam your way out of it and not get the cutscene trigger. Or the entire animation trigger, which is what you want to do. Or else you're going to be wasting a lot of time. So like I said, 3 shots, and then you want to cycle back to him. You don't have to be perfect. Anything is better than messing up. Take this time to break his back a little bit. There you go. See, I canceled the entire animation of him trying to attack me again. And now that he has no shell, we can just knock him back into the waterfall, and that's the end of the boss fight. Because as you know, the only thing deadly to sand is more sand. Let me drink some water real fast. So when we spawn, we want to double jump and go to the right and talk to the crab immediately. Now, coming up is my favorite level. I think it's the most fun to actually play. Because you're using Timmy, and Timmy has a very broken jump mechanic, which will let us skip through a couple sections and do some movement stuff that you normally can't do. So what you want to do is immediately jump up here, grab the rock, and break it on that column there. Run to the left, get these orange, and switch to Timmy as fast as possible. So I'm going to demonstrate real fast. At any time during the upwards arc of his jump, you can use a special, and it'll give him extra height. So you can see he can kind of jump up to where Cosmo and Wanda are, but if you jump and then do it again, you go a little bit higher. About a whole other jump, pretty much. And you can use it at any point of his jump, of the second one as well. So you can jump again, and then get even more height as well. Or jump, height, jump. Either one works fine. You want to kind of conserve as many as you can in this run, just because they're so valuable to have on hand. So coming up here, what you're supposed to do is come down here, and then run around, jump up a vine, beat an enemy, and then jump onto a platform. Instead, you can just do one Timmy jump and get right over this. And yet again, another Timmy jump, get on top of that. With trampolines, they give you a big bounce, and you still have 2 bounces on top of that. So use this to make it around as well as you can in the upcoming sections. Grab as many of the orange as you can, try to fill up as much as you want. And then we're going to go right past this section, jump on the trampoline. It's a little bit faster for the horizontal movement. So right here, I'm going to make another save state, just to be safe, so I can demonstrate properly. So what you're supposed to normally do is jump onto this platform, jump up here, and then throw it at that crystal and move on. Unfortunately, though, with the way this game works, sometimes when you throw the crystal, he throws it over there. And then you have to waste time, wait for the rock to come back, and all that shenanigans. Instead, what you can do is come down here, and then jump across, whoop, land on top next time though, and try to land on top of the crystal barrier. It is a little bit tricky, but once you get on top, it gets pretty easy once you learn how to do it. So then on top of that, if you have any extra Timmy jumps left, what you want to do is run off, jump, jump, Timmy jump, and get across. And that's the fastest possible way to make it through this section. Instead, though, if you're learning the game for the first time, you can come down here. And right here in this corner, you can jump and Timmy jump over. If you have a few attempts, and you can make it over like that. It's a lot more consistent for people who are learning for the first time. And it works just about the same. Just a little bit slower, though, because you do the run around and everything. So right here, if you see that the platform has already moved past, go ahead and grab some orange. These guys you have to worry about. As long as you're in the air when they do the ground pound, nothing can hurt you. And they land right here. And so usually, coming up, there's going to be a little vine trap right here. You're supposed to get rid of it by throwing a special at it. But you can just go down here and avoid it entirely. You know, the save state, just be safe. Timmy jump up here, because you're going to be refilling in a little bit. We can hit this block 3 times and still make it to our original platform right here. So what we're doing right now is just pure movement. The first jump you absolutely need to do a Timmy jump. The other ones you don't. It's a little more tight though. So just, it's not much you really explain. Just run off, jump, Timmy jump, and so forth. There you go. And then come over here, jump, and then jump again, and you're fine. So we skipped an entire section just by instead of waiting for it. So right here, there's going to be a item down here, and the reason why you want to jump over it is it has a kind of wonky hitbox on the bottom, and you can get stuck on it. See, there's nothing here, but you can still run into it. Personally, I just like to jump over it, and it's pretty easy to do anyway, and it saves some time, saves some grief. So right here is another situation where we have a rock, and it wants us to throw it at it and do all this sequence. But holding a rock is slower than just running, and you can just easily come over here, jump right here, and then fall off, and be fine. Skip that entire section. As the trend will continue, every single barrier you see is just more of a suggestion. You can just jump around almost everything in the game. These blocks are not to be messed around with. If you get hit with them at all, you will die. What you can do is you can kind of stay on these and then use a Timmy jump to get across faster, to make it in the one whole cycle. Most rocks won't start until you pull them on camera, but you cannot make the actual... You can't just run to the right and make it. So then we have the best boundary in the entire game right here. You're just going to walk right through it. Don't worry about it. Then we have a puzzle coming up. The solution to the puzzle is bottom right, top right. And right now in single player, there's nothing you can do to really skip it past it. So you might as well just come down here and hit it. In co-op, though, we can head jump across right about here, make it all the way across without any problems. And like usual, just try to find ways to go faster. Like, come down here, drop, and then go across. The fastest way to get across any 2 points is a straight line, so just try to figure out the best way to get across. Jump around this, of course. Try to save 2 Timmy jumps, one for this one right here, skip that barrier. You can break it, but Timmy's attack animation takes forever, and it is the slowest out of the entire cast. So right here, what you can do is jump to this one right here, and then jump over, and try to land in the middle. Save some more time. Ooh, that's a big lightning. I did waste Timmy jump there just to go faster. Not necessary. This block right here will give you grief. It's complete RNG when it goes off the first time you come across it. And it can keep screwing you up because you have to make a blind leap. So don't be upset if you get hit by it a few times. It happens to everybody. And don't be afraid if these kind of get pulled out because you can still make it very easily. Because we can jump after falling off twice. Don't be afraid to use it. As long as you can land back on this in time, you'll be fine. So I'm going to show you what you can do if you have a Timmy jump. If you don't have a Timmy jump, just come down here, jump around, bing, bang, bang, easy game. Otherwise, you can just jump right across the middle, save some more time. Try to skip as much as you can just by movement. So with these vines, just jump off them to get as much horizontal momentum. Got our next cutscene, and now we're just going to run up here. Try to stick to the left when you go up here, so you don't hit any rocks. And if you double jump at the top of this mountain, before the goo hits the ground, 2 rock monsters will not spawn, and that saves you a bit of problems, because they can knock you around, they're very finicky. After breaking both of those volcano-looking things, just going right in the middle. And that is Crystal Ruins. Ugh, back stiff. Alright, so we're about, I want to say 70% way through the game, 60% way through the game at this point. We still have 2 more out of bounds to do, which will skip entire levels. So this is Fetid Forest. This is a harder out of bounds. I'm going to show you both routes, just because I might get it first try, but it's legitimately the worst out of bounds right now. My run is the only run that actually uses it. So to do this out of bounds, you want to grab Patrick. Of course, he's how we get past everything. Just keep running to the right. You want to grab the first platform that pops out. Sometimes it's random, sometimes it's not. And since we don't have Timmy anymore, we can't really make too many crazy jumps. So what we're going to do is grab this crystal right here, grab as many as we can. Sometimes they'll get stuck there. It's not a big deal. You don't need to get it. I just grabbed it to show you can. Because there's another one right up here, which is what we want to grab. So we want to... Oh, don't get stuck. Oh my god, wasted that. So between the third bolt and the... wait. 1, 2, 3, yeah. These 2 bolts right here, you want to jump straight towards the camera and do all 5 pat jumps. And there you go, you're out of bounds. And then you just hold back into the right and try not to get back in bounds. And you can skip pretty much all the level up until the boss. As you can see, the level is kind of coming back into vision. Now point out where you want to go and what you want to hit. This one's not as visually fun. It's just a black screen until it pops back in. But you want to keep about this distance away. Any closer and you'll start popping back inbounds, and you'll rubber band all the way back to where we jumped off, which is not good. So we should be able to see the next area we want to head for. So you see that flower at the very, very top to the left over here? That's what we want to aim for on the next cycle. You can make it within the cycle that we're just in, but it is a little bit more risky. But now we want to aim for it. It's a very, very tight area that we can actually land on. It's very small, so you don't want to overshoot it. You want to kind of do a little bit of circles, try to aim for it again. Oop, might not make it. Ooh, made it. Nice. As you can see, if you try to land behind the flower, there's pretty much no space. You won't land on it. Just the flower makes it a very easy visual cue for where you want to actually hit. On top of that, go too far, you fall off, yada yada yada. If you land in the actual boss arena, you'll get soft locked until you try to figure your way back out, which you can hit some head jumps, but it's not worth it. You can actually land on this bug. He's a friendly bug. I have had a few runs saved by him. And then you can just go into the boss fight. But I'm not going to show you that right away. I'm going to show the actual way through the level now. Let me run down here. So everyone else who wants to try the game for the first time, this is what I really recommend. Jump there. We missed a platform. It's fine. and you can make these jumps without having a platform underneath. And coming up, we're going to have a 2-second save, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion, because it's really easy. You just want to jump on this sign, and then jump up here, and then you skip right past it. Fall down, and go right over here. Now see these big vents? What we want to do, the boilers, is the first one we don't want to hit. We just want to jump over it and get across. But usually when you hit them, they'll give you a little air current. Though it is slower, so jump on top and jump over. It's pretty easy. And then we have a pretty slow section right here. This is why the out of bounds saves so much time. There's no way to skip this currently other than out of bounds. But you just kind of get across. Sometimes you can make it like this, which is very, very nice. But it's not an always type of thing. You can't ground pound these guys off if you don't like them being near you. And so right here we're going to try to get onto this platform as fast as possible. And then just climb and go generally to the top right. And there we go. These blades, if you jump on top of them, they will not hurt you. But if you get hit in the front, they will, obviously. But you can get some tighter jumps that way. You can land on top of them. Up here is a shield. We never really use it other than this section. You don't even need it. If you run past them, they're going to do this animation every time they spawn, and they'll never hit you. So as long as you just keep running to the left, you should be fine, even if you don't have the invincibility. So you want to jump up here, and then go all the way to the top right again. These platforms will fall if you take too much time, which is why we're trying to go as fast as possible. This is a second power-up. This is a speed power-up, which you always want to grab if you're going this route. Wow, okay. And you can carry this all the way to the boss fight. It will go away once the fight actually starts, but might as well have it the entire time. And then we gotta break this wall right here. Bye. Trying to get hit. The auto-targeting on both sides, both the rocks that you can throw and the enemies, are kind of insane. So here we are. Here we are at the actual boss fight. This is where I landed earlier. So you want to say Patrick anyway, and we want to carry as much orange as we can through with the mission, because what we can do is just go right through these guys. And that's a big time save. Small guys, not too much worry, but the big guys take more than our general combo will allow us. Whenever you're using Patrick's special, try to chain as many enemies as you can. So this boss fight is it's a treat. All you do is ground pound. You can fight him normally, but it's extremely slow and problematic because he will block and it'll take forever. But if you can get him right during his get-up animation, he won't be able to fight back. There we go. So the person we gotta talk to is directly forward and to the left. It's the queen that we just saved. She's gonna take us to another boss fight immediately. And now we gotta go fight Savage Cabbage. A wonderful boss. This guy's a pain in the butt. He's extremely slow, boring, and can screw you over. But on the bright side, there's not much RNG involved. So what we want to do is immediately grab Sandy. She has the fastest attack speed. And these vines, you can just kind of waddle away from and have no worries. And these big vines are the ones that you want to hit. We're going to have to hit 3 vines each time, but it's not a big deal. We want to save the speed power-up right in the middle until we absolutely need it, as I'll show. So what I normally do is I wait for 2 vines to pop up, and then I'll grab it. Too many people do this one? I mean, there's only 9 speedrunners who do this. But I mean, I do want to speedrun more games in general. So just spam attack, try not to get hit by any of the bombs he'll shoot out. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Yeah, you had me going there for a second. I was really confused. So now he's going to be shooting a bunch of bombs at us. If you get hit, it's not a big deal. All it's going to do is vine us and then immediately break us out of it. And the way the vines work, you're really not going to lose any time if you do get hit, except for the big one. I'll show you with the next vine. If you touch it too fast, even though you shouldn't get hit, it'll still do damage, which is kind of ridiculous. Alright, so here's the big vine coming up. If you touch it, it'll just knock you back anyway. Battle for Bikini Bottom. I don't know. The thing is, though, like, I played this game when I was a kid. I didn't play Battle for Bikini Bottom. So I don't know if I like it yet. I'll give it a shot, though. I have no problem with it. I think it'd be fun. So you again wait for these to go for 2. And there you go, grab it. You want to bring the vine as close as you can to the platform. And there you go. So he'll shoot a bomb immediately on this one, but if you just spam him hard enough, he won't be able to get the animation out. And then he's going to breathe fire this one. You can do your best and try to spam through it, and sometimes the fire will go over you, but not always. You can dream, though. If you go behind him, though, usually it's not as likely to happen. But there's the boss fight. It's really straightforward. The only time that you can really save is just timing when you get your power-up. Yeti Smash, do I know you? Are you Tyler? Taylor? So here we go for the second to last level. Hey, Taylor. How you doing, my dude? Alright, so first thing we're going to do is switch to Sam immediately and head to the right. And as we get a power-up, what we want to do is just spam as hard as we can. Procrastinating. Yeah, that's all we're ever doing. When the stalagmites, someone's going to crucify me over that one. Once they fall in the water, you want to kind of jump over them as they kind of come back up. Because if you stand on them, your attack animation will put you in the water way too fast and you'll die. So you just want to avoid that and try to hit the next one as fast as possible. Because as they're coming up, they can't sink. So there you go, make it across, and then ground pound. Coming up is going to be a prime example of why we want to put our body into whatever we want to hit with the rocks. Because the auto target's going to be really insane in a second. This guy's going to come out of the wall, and if you're not directly into the object that you want to hit, it'll auto target him instead, like that. But because you're in it, it's still going to hit the wall we want to break, and we won't waste too much time. So in this situation, we cannot jump platform to platform to the right. So all we can really hope for is to jump on the same platform that we started with. This situation, you want to at least hit him once or twice to not get knocked off. As long as you can keep with the same platform, you're not losing or gaining time. This situation, though, we can't jump early and jump on this little platform right here and be safe. What you want to do, get away from the rock doggo as fast as possible. Double jump here to make sure we have enough height, not get clipped into the wall. So coming up is going to be our second out of bounds, which is going to be a lot of fun. Well, dirt out of bounds if you're going as fast as possible. Second, if you're new to the game. This out of bounds, though, I really recommend everyone do, whether casually or not, because this upcoming section is complete AS. We want to switch to Danny. He makes the out of bounds a little bit easier than it already is. Just walk off. Really good boundary right there. And that's it. You hold down in the way for the first cycle, and then once we're sure that we're not going to get put back inbounds, I usually judge it by this purple platform that comes up. Usually this distance we're fine, so just hold up and to the right, and we should be fine. And it's going to be about 6 to 7 cycles. I usually take 7 cycles because I'm a little bitch. And the reason we walked off the edge is so that we have Danny's 2 jumps left, which can bail us out if we go either too close, too far, or if we want to try to make it within the 6 cycles. This skip, though, if you do go inbounds before you're supposed to, don't feel bad. You can just walk off immediately again, and you won't lose too much time. It's definitely worth doing this out of bounds at least twice before you give up. Because at that point, you're just losing time regardless. So you see that next section with all the light blue cylinders? That's where we're aiming for. And I will take it easy just because I don't want to reset right now. But as you can see, if we were going up and to the right, we could have made it. But this is taking it safe, and you go straight up. And then to the right of this is going to be a volcano, which you can land in. But if you don't hit the trigger for the cutscene, you'll get soft locked in the volcano, which you do not want to do. So definitely take it easy and land to the left of it. You don't lose any more time doing it. Ooh. Hey! Oh my god. I have no idea what just happened, but there we go. Hit the cutscene, my bad. Screw what I said. Go fast. Hit every cutscene you can. So there we are. We're going to the last boss right now. Well, not last boss. Last level. Which will have the last boss in it. Magu. Magu is a dickhead. He is annoying. He just throws enemies at you into the very end. And then he just... he's fun. So what we want to do is grab the orange as soon as possible. Because... doing a full combo on these guys won't kill them, but hitting with the green ectoplasm right afterwards will. So it lets us clean up pretty much all of our kills. Up until a certain point, obviously, until we run out, but still, fast kills are fast kills. So he's going to make a platform to the right once he dies, which will let us continue on. So I think we have one more enemy to kill. Yeah. I might not make it in time because I'm on all the way to the left. But what you can do is double jump right here and land on that platform if you're lucky. But I was just way too far to the left. So in this level, it's very, very possible to die. Every other level, you should be fine. You're never really going to get close to death. But this one really pushes it. And you'll see how hard the enemies can auto-target in this level. If you're really unlucky, they can just hit you from any point of the map. You can obviously kill them beforehand to make your life a little bit easier, but this is a speedrun, so you want to avoid that, obviously. Oop, there you go. So when we get to the third platform right here, first, second, and then third on the left over here, we can just fall off a little bit, jump across the spaceship, save some more time. And these ones, once they go down, just jump across. It looks a little weird, though, because of the weird 3D twisting that they're doing. But once you get across, it's pretty easy. Oops, went too low there. And falling off has 0 drawbacks, but actually dying, like losing enough health, will send you back to a random checkpoint. It's really hard to tell where it will send you back. Usually pretty far. Right here, be careful, jump really far out. You can actually get stuck in the wall and fall out and waste some time. These platforms can be a little bit weird. Just make sure that you try to land as far into them as you can so they don't fall out too fast. If you land too far to the left, it gets a little tricky. Ooh, see? A lot of times they already have their range attack already primed, and sometimes there's not much you can do about it. You can just kind of hope that you land on the floor at least, because they'll just go hard and throw as much as they can. If you hit them before they can throw their purple projectile, it will cancel it on them. So right here, you gotta be careful. Each one of these discs will do about one whole color damage, pretty much taking you to taking a third of your health away all the time. So all you can really do is just once you get past one, spam it up. These ones will snap back really fast, but you can jump up during the snapback. You want to get in the middle at this point, to be honest. Whoop. We're going to come to 3 discs in a row. If we wait for them to pass and then go as fast as we can, usually the 4th ones will let us through. But be careful, sometimes they will be triggered early and you can't do much about it. So we can kind of jump across just a little bit to save some more time. You really want to be careful with though. Ooh, that was close actually. Oh wow, yeah, perfect example. You can get stuck in them and also die as fast as possible. It's kind of ridiculous. But we got a good spawn at least. Some don't push you too far back, but obviously you don't want to die in general. You can't make it across these two very easily. You want to take it down this way. I was just getting a little cocky. There we go. And so here's the second section of the total boss fight. He's going to be throwing the rock dogs at us. Grab some health if you need it right here. Wait for them to spin, because you will take damage if they're continually spinning. And you want to get in the corner and then try to ground pound them off. Okay, wow. Ground pounding him off is the fastest way to get him off. And if you smash into them, they will usually go where you want them to go. And the second dog will usually follow you, which is why I like to hit the one on the left. Don't be afraid if you can't knock them off to just really drive into them with your melee. Because you do enough damage to kill them. It just, if you get lucky, this is a faster way. So you should go for this anyway. Because sometimes if you just pummel into them, they'll do the rollout animation, and they'll do the rollout animation for a long time, go different directions, left, right, down. It's kind of hard to predict sometimes, so the less of that, the better. So then we got some fun stuff coming up. A lot of skipping, random trivial stuff. Like this wall. You gotta break it. Nah, you don't. Just jump up here. Get hit by this guy. Don't get hit by him. And this wall as well, just fall off, jump around it, and you're fine. This wall we do have to break, though. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that. Obviously, you can take it slow, but... one thing you can do, at this point, I usually don't have orange, so I didn't think about it. But if you have orange, you can shoot them across the way, and that'll get rid of the purple goo that they have. When you die, you get full orange back, so if you don't die, you usually don't have any. Then right here, you can make it across if you go really fast. I don't know if I'll make it, though. Pretty much once it's at halfway through the door's image is when you can start really just pounding into it and still be fine. This coming up here is the most dangerous part of the entire run. Like, I still clear these guys every time, just because of how BS they can be. They can throw a projectile without any warning and get you stuck in these, and these will kill you one shot, guaranteed. They're run killers for sure. Please, go away. Thank you. So right here, just run across, get through as best as you can. And this is going to look a little scary, but once this goes down, run. The last one will kind of clip into, but you should be fine. Ooh, wait for the skill cross. Now this slow one, I missed it, but you can wait for a long time and still make it across. So here we are, though. We're at the end of the game. We're at the final boss fight. Talk to our good friend Squidward. He's going to save the day for us. Take it real fast second to stretch my hands out. They pretty much just stretch Squidward out like a giant catapult. And then launch themselves up there. So in this fight, try not to get hit by the purple goo. You can take a few hits. It's not really worth it. Unfortunately, sometimes he'll go to areas that you can't shoot him, which is just wasting time. You'll see him do a little stun animation every now and then. Obviously, that means he's getting hit, but any hit that actually collides on him is doing enough damage. They all do the same damage regardless. So you really just want to spam into them, and if you have to take a hit for it, go ahead. So now he's going to get really close. He should go to the left. I wasn't paying attention. He's going to breathe some fire. You can use this time to go to the right and grab some health during that animation. Get some more, please. Okay, don't grab the health. That's fine. And there's not much you can really do right here except for try to pound into him as much as you can. You can sometimes get 2 stun animations on him, so you can show that you got an extra hit, but it's not super common. After that, he'll go back into the middle again, and this is the last leg of the fight. Just really try to drive into him as much as you can to speed it up. And when he goes too far to the right there, you want to switch, just because you know you can't hit him regardless. Oop, please. And we're almost done. I'm going to take the... There we go. See, taking damage can be really helpful, just because you might get that last shot out on him. But that's it. Once you get the final hit, that is time on the run. And thanks for sticking around. And that is how you run Battle for Volcano Island. It's actually a lot of fun. I definitely recommend everyone else give it a shot at least once. Alright, I think I'm going to end the stream right there, though, because I am extremely tired. Alright, have a good night, everybody.